Happy Thursday, everybody. Good evening. Come on in the room. Happy Thursday, everybody. My name is Dr. Mitzi Joy. I am a board-certified neurologist and MS specialist, and my goal is to empower, educate, and engage people living with MS and those affected by multiple sclerosis to become advocates for themselves and for their family members. And tonight we are listening to Lettucey. I'm feeling really upbeat. I love Christmas music. It is one of my favorite kinds of music. And so we're jamming tonight. So I'm just gonna give a few minutes for people to come in the room. I know it's rainy outside here in Georgia, but I have definitely got the sunshine. So I hope that everyone is preparing for a wonderful holiday season. As I am, I'm really excited about the holidays. I have small kids, and we're just having a blast, just doing things like moving our little elf on the shelf. Let me make sure nobody's listening. No little ears are listening. But we're just so excited about Christmas. Hi there, Becky. How are you? Thank you for tuning in this evening. We're listening to Lettucey. She has one of the most amazing Christmas albums. I love Lettucey. I'm just going to tune it down a little bit. Okay, before it gets too hype. So anyway, all right, well, good evening, everybody. As I said, I'm Dr. Mitzi Joy Williams. I'm a board-certified neurologist and multiple sclerosis specialist. And my goal is to educate and empower people living with MS to become active parts of the healthcare team. I also want to work toward increasing diversity in clinical research and clinical trials, because it's really important for everybody to be involved and for everybody to be counted. And finally, one of my other goals in life in general is to do some work toward integrating my two favorite subjects, which are music and neurology. So tonight, I'm going to switch gears a little bit and talk just a little bit about music and the brain, right? So you may say, Dr. Mitzi, what does music have to do with MS? What does music have to do with health? But I think music is so important, and I think it has so many effects on our health and our well-being in our lives in general that I think it's worth talking about. And I also love talking about music because I'm a singer, and I've been a singer for many years, and so I've just seen the transformative power of music and how it can affect so many aspects of our lives. So I would ask, is there anybody who doesn't like music? Now, I know that we all don't like certain types of music, but I venture to say you'd be very hard pressed to find someone that likes absolutely no form of music. Music is a part of our lives. It's ingrained in us. It's been a part of many cultures from the beginning of time. And I think that one of the amazing things about music is that now the health field is learning more about the science of music, how music affects the brain, and there actually is now a discipline of music therapy that's called neurologic music therapy, where they're actually looking at neurologic diseases to see how music therapy may improve quality of life for people with different neurologic diseases. So if we think about it kind of in a broad sense, we know that music is powerful, right? Have you ever listened to a song and it automatically transformed you back to where you were at that point in time? For instance, a lot of times I'll be out hanging with some of my girlfriends and we may listen to, an old school radio station. Old school is relative, right? So, for some people, old school is the 90s. For some people, it's the 80s, 70s, etc. But have you ever been in the car, either with your friends or with someone, a family member, you hear this song, be like, oh man, I remember that song. I was at a party, when I was in college, or I remember when I first met, my spouse or a significant other, that song was on. And so music has the power to activate memories, right? Which means that it activates certain parts in our brain. And there are different types of MRIs, and I know that those of you who have had MS have gotten MRIs before. But MRIs, there's a experimental type of MRI called a functional MRI, and there have been studies where scientists have looked at the parts of the brain that are activated when we listen to music, and music can literally activate almost every part of our brain, which I find extremely fascinating. So basically, music can activate memories, right? So we know that it activates memories because you hear that song, you say, oh man, and I see all kind of memes on Facebook when people hear a song and they say, you remember that song? And we did this and we did that when this song was on. So we know it activates memory. So what else does it activate? It certainly can also activate emotions, right? Hi there, Tony. So music also activates emotions. So have you ever heard a song and like, oh my God, that made me so sad, or that made me happy? Or when I was listening to Lettucey a little bit earlier, it's really upbeat and it makes me excited, right? So music has the power to activate different emotions. For some people, it's sadness, but even sometimes sad emotions when we listen to music can allow us to work through things and kind of heal through different processes or issues that are going on in our lives. But often if music is upbeat, it can put us in a better mood. There have been studies that have looked at the effects of music when people are working and suggest that music can make some people more productive if they listen to music that they like while they're working. We think about surgeons in the operating room. Oftentimes when they're concentrating, they may listen to certain types of music that may help them to work more efficiently, right? Music to turn up to study when I don't want to do it. Exactly, right? So sometimes if we want to study, we listen to certain types of music. Now, there was like this whole theory about Mozart, and everybody had to listen to Mozart, and everybody had to have their babies listen to Mozart. So, a lot of that, has been refuted. So you don't necessarily have to listen to Mozart. It is suggested that if you're studying, it's better to listen to music without lyrics because sometimes the lyrics can be distracting. But certainly the type of music that we listen to and that we enjoy is different. And it certainly can have those positive effects and get us motivated, right, to do things that we don't want to do. Like last week, I cleaned my son's closet out, which was not an easy task. And I had some good music on, and it kind of got me motivated to move around and clean up. So music can motivate us, right? So it can affect our memories, or bring up memories, or activate memories. It also can affect our emotions. It can motivate us to get up and do things that we may not necessarily have wanted to do. Also,